In this video, I will give you the 5 books that would actually make you money. Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. My name is Ivan, and on this one, we're obviously talking about books. I never actually had any videos talking about books. There's so many different videos out there on YouTube talking about which books you need to read. If you're starting out, if you're an entrepreneur, like if you're asking yourself, how is that video any different than all the other videos that you've probably seen on the internet that are talking about entrepreneurship type books? I'm not gonna give you the Napoleon Hills, Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna give you books that are so practical you can use today and multiply your income, because these books have massively impacted the way I do business and the way I am as an entrepreneur. As people, we always evolve, and as entrepreneurs, we always evolve, and depending on which stage we're in our business or in our self-development journey, you might be needing different books. The books that I'm going to share with you today, it doesn't matter what stage of an entrepreneurship you're in, because they will help you. I'm 100% confident with that, okay? So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first books I want to start with is, of course, none other than the Holy Grail of entrepreneurship. If you haven't been living under a rock, you've probably seen the $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. It's a book he wrote, I think a year or two ago. It literally blew up on the internet. I know he does give away his actual Kindle copy for like 99 cents, because his idea is not to make money from the book. It's way beyond that. He actually wants to educate people so that they get to the desired amount of EBITDA every single year, or monthly revenue every single year, so that they could potentially think about or consider working with them to grow even further. It's not a hard read at all. It's a very, very simple book filled with a lot of pictures and stuff like that explain a lot of things in very, very good detail. And honestly, I would give this a 10 out of 10. It's a very, very good book, and I would highly recommend you to pick it up, because it talks about the power, as you can probably guess from the title if you haven't read the book, the $100 Million Offer. So there's no such thing as saturated markets or businesses that don't work, unless that business is, of course, on the decline, or the industry is taking a hit, or the industry as a whole is taking a hit, like the paper advertising, for example. But if that's not the case with your business, this book will definitely have, I should say, massive impact on your business, because it won't just give you the 10,000 foot view of why you need to have a good offer, but it will also give you the practical framework that you need to base your offers in, how to make them irresistible, so that your customers literally feel stupid saying no. And again, it will make your job in selling your product or service so much easier. And just by implementing a great offer into your business, you'll be able to see a massive positive upside. I can't recommend this book enough. It actually comes with a free course that's embedded in the book. You'll see one of the links in there further explaining some of the chapters in the book, and honestly, I love it. The second book that I want to show you is The Blue Ocean Strategy. This book, I would honestly say, is probably one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. And it's an old book. I think that's the new version of the book. So it is by W. Chan Kim. Anyway, the Blue Ocean Strategy, what it stands for is how to create a blue ocean in your own industry. So if you think you might be in red waters and just fighting among all the other competitors that you might have, this book will give you pretty much a lot of different examples for different businesses of how those businesses existed in red ocean waters and how they managed to build their own blue ocean strategy. And I believe this is an extremely good book and a must read for anyone who's in entrepreneurship. It doesn't matter whether you're building a service-based business or product-based business. It definitely ties into the $100 Million Offers that I just talked about, but honestly, the book is liquid gold. You should definitely read it. It's basically how to make your business stand out among all the other competitors that you might have in your industry. The third book is, it's actually a very, very new book by one of my mentors, and somebody that I've been following for so long, and that is Ed Milet. So the book is called The Power of One More. The book, first and foremost, was dedicated to his father, and after he passed away, he decided to write a book on it because he felt so compelled to put it out and just continue the message of his father. Basically, the story was his father was an alcoholic back in the day, and then he was sober for many years, and then back when he asked his father how long he would keep sober for, he said, I don't know, but I'll try one more day. And that's his goal, essentially, to keep going one more. The power of one more, I mean, it's basically in the title in and of itself. The power of one more is to do one more talk, one more sales call. And I believe this book to be extremely practical, even though he links it to his father's life a lot, and he tells a lot of life stories and stuff like that. I believe this to be extremely practical because the actual underlying message of the book is to go the extra mile, to do one more, to never do just the bare minimum, to always go above and beyond. And so there's no way in hell you could do more and get less in a long period of time. There's simply no such thing as you giving away all that you have and more and not receiving. And so that's why I believe that book to be extremely important. I highly recommend it. Okay, definitely get that if you haven't seen it. So he talks about business and life as well, but I believe that to be extremely practical. And also he talks about the fact that a lot of the times we think we have a lot of time, but we actually don't. And your life could literally go in a snap of a finger. That's how quick it might seem once you get to the very end of your life. Do not delay. Do not postpone conversations you should have had with your loved ones, with your business partners, with your employees, with your significant other, and so on and so forth. And I believe this book to be extremely practical. And I believe that if you apply everything in the book, it will actually make you money. Book number 4, but I want to honestly, those are 3 books. I don't know if you can guess what those books actually are, but yes, those are the 3 books written by Russell Brunson. That's his famous trilogy. Basically, it's the Traffic Secrets, the Expert Secrets, and the .com Secrets. I'm not gonna go into detail as far as like what he talks about in each and every single book, but basically, as you can tell from the title, the Traffic Secrets is he's teaching you how to build funnels, how to build the right sequences, nurturing, how to create value in the offers that you create, how to create offers, so on and so forth, and different channels that you can leverage to get customers and clients and stuff like that. It's extremely valuable book. The way he built his business and the way he's helped numerous of entrepreneurs build theirs. And so Traffic Secrets is definitely a must. The Expert Secrets, same thing. He shows you how to build value, how to build a personal brand, the importance of building a personal brand, all the steps you need to take in order to build a personal brand. I believe this book in and of itself is recession proof, because if you do end up building your personal brand and your influence over a mass audience or a certain amount of people, you'll never go broke or desperate for money. So definitely get that too. And the last one, I think that was the very first book he wrote. That's the OG, the .com Secrets, where he talks about the importance of building, sales funnels and not sending people to a website or whatever because they get distracted and whatnot. Everything from A to Z, it's pretty much in that book. And I believe those 2 books, they're nice supplementation to the .com Secrets. I think in the .com Secrets, he gives like the bird eye point of view of the whole model. He goes in detail too, but the other 2 are basically in a lot more detail, and it gives a lot more of an explanation as far as why you need to build a personal brand, why you need different channels or traffic sources, and so on and so forth. And so unlike a lot of the books that you've probably seen on the videos you've seen on the internet or YouTube about entrepreneurship type books and stuff like that, I didn't want to show you just a bunch of Think and Grow Rich things you've probably seen before. Even if you've seen him, I had seen these books a lot, especially Russell Brunson's book. I didn't get them for a long time, and trust me, they opened my mind to think differently and to see new possibilities. And so if you have been thinking about getting him, for sure, I mean, I'm not affiliated with any of the books at all, so I do not care if you get them or not, but I highly recommend you go ahead and do it, because I know that you're gonna find value in each and every single book. And the reason why I believe these books to be extremely practical is because that's information that you can take in today and start implementing that same day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.